Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Nigerians at home and abroad. We are here again live to discuss issues affecting the great country Nigeria, for which we all belong to. It doesn't matter where you are, or even if you have claimed another nationality, for the fact that you are born in that country, you grew up in that country, even if you did not. Once a Nigerian, forever a Nigerian. You're familiar with the topic for today, I believe, which is titled The BROOM Revolution. And this came about during the Ekiti presidential election, the campaign period when the senator, the APC presidential candidate, AHMED BOLA TINUBU, was speaking, and he made reference, or he agitated for what? For the BROOM revolution. Now, we all know what a revolution is, like what is being experienced at the moment in respect to what? To the Peter Obi campaign and the movement. Now, while he was speaking, he was waving the broom, the literal broom. And it is the same broom that is the emblem or the logo of the APC party. Now, without even going into the dictionary to check the definition of a broom, every one of us here knows what a broom is and what is used for. Even some of our uneducated parents knows what the function of a broom is. And sometimes you will agree with me, for those of us that grew at home and those who are still back at home, that the broom at times is also used to discipline. You've heard several times, when I use this broom on my hand, our parents will use this broom and I want to flog you. But why the broom? The general purpose of a broom is to clean, or to keep a place clean, to sweep the house, cobwebs and everything. And it comes in different shape and form. Now we don't use broom in the Western world. They don't use broom. They use brush, but it's still the same thing. It's just in a different format. Now, we must not dismiss the agitation of the APC presidential candidates in the person of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We need to embrace this revolution, this broom revolution, and I will explain why. At the end of the day, you will agree with me that the broom revolution has already started, but not in the shape and form that some people want or expect. Now, you've heard the word charity begins at home. And because charity begins at home, whatever we say, we have to what? Practice it ourselves so that others can what? Can follow. Now, if we take that broom and put it into context in the present state of the nation, then the senator is not wrong to be agitating for the broom revolution. Now, hopefully this will be a legacy he will be able to leave behind, so that it can be compared, if possible, with the likes of Martin Luther King. That is, if he does, or if he do what the broom represents. it will be likened as the Martin Luther King, the Indira Gandhi, and what, and the likes of I'm trying to remember Mother Teresa, to do good. Now I said charity begins at home. This meaning that he has to start by using the broom first on himself, in view of what? Transparency and what? And accountability. Because he's asking for your vote, particularly those who happen to be his supporters. You have to shine your eye and ask yourself a question. If this man cannot use the broom on himself, how is it possible he can use the broom on others? If he cannot use the broom to sweep his own house properly, how can he use the broom, the same broom, to what? To sweep the nation clean properly? It's not possible. So, seeing that this revolution, this broom revolution is calling for, the literal broom revolution, because he was waving the broom. It is now for the people to call upon him and say, sir, respectfully, sir, you have to use this broom on yourself first by declaring your assets and liability in the open. Now, as you know, this channel is dedicated to the campaign of Peter Obi, but the overriding objective is to be fair and just to all. So, in fairness to him, we're calling him out. I am supporting his broom revolution, not his campaign, please. The broom revolution. If he can come out and use the same broom, the revolution that is agitating for, by what? By declaring his assets and what? And liabilities. We know the nation is in a state where we cannot describe it in respect to corruption. Nobody is being prosecuted. You can't charge anybody. There seems to be what? Above the law. But we must not dismiss this broom revolution. It's very important. Particularly his supporters should demand from him, sir, can you please declare your asset and liability in view of the broom revolution, in the context of what a broom is used for. Like I said earlier, this broom also sometimes by our parents, they are used to discipline us. And that is why some of us who have left the country can what? We became a good citizen due to some of the disciplines we received when we were growing up, including using the broom on us. So I call on all Nigerians, with emphasis on what? On his supporters, on the people APC, to ask the senator if he can kindly, if it is possible for him to use this broom on himself by declaring his assets and liabilities. We need him to declare his assets and liabilities, the broom revolution. If the senator can do that, then we will believe him that indeed he wants a change. We should join forces with this broom revolution and buy the idea. But charity, they said, begins at home. Charity begins at home. So Sorry about this. I have on the panelists that have just joined us. Ovie, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, it's actually evening over here. Good evening.
It's evening over here. My apologies, please. Sometimes I get the day mixed up. Okay. I guess is the situation of the country, and talking about it sometimes it can affect one's thinking. How are you doing? How is the family? How was the work today?
We are great. We are doing well. Everything is going on. We before now we have been doing well, and even now we still continue to do well because God has always been there.
Okay. And how was the work today?
It was great, great, great. And you?
Well, I'm fine. If you want to join, you can join the discussion. I'm coming over here. For those of you watching live, you can join the discussion by clicking on the link that is by the chat section. You will see the link there. You can join this discussion and weigh into this matter as to the broom revolution. Before you join, I was trying to explain as to this broom revolution. The broom revolution, it's what Senator Bola Ahmed is agitating for. Now, I said we must not dismiss this broom revolution because, in the context of a broom, we all know what we use broom for. We use it to sweep, to keep the house clean and cobwebs. Now, even though we have our reservations of about him, nevertheless, let us embrace this broom revolution by first of all asking the senator to declare his assets and liabilities. And if he cannot do that, then he should humbly step down from the race. And his name will go down into history like the likes of Martin Luther King Jr., Indira Gandhi, and Mother Teresa, because he has to first show us by example how this broom revolution should work. Not agitate for something and not following it through yourself. That is how the broom revolution came about when he gave the speech in Ekiti during the campaign during the governorship election in Ekiti State. I listened to it and I don't want to dismiss it. That is what everybody is clamoring for. But as a leader, you have to show us by example. I mean, how you made your money, how you came about it, and use the broom to first of all whip yourself. When you use the broom to whip yourself, then you can come and use it to whip me. But if you cannot use the broom to whip yourself, then how is it possible that you will use the broom to whip me? The broom is the emblem of what? Of the APC party. And looking at the context, in your opinion, do you think they are living to the standard or representing what the broom stands for? Like I said, if you're watching live and you want to join this debate, please discussion. I beg your pardon. Join us and weigh in into this lovely discussion in an effort to change our country, the great Nigeria. Ovie, I yield the floor to you. It's you can weigh into the matter. Take as much time as you want to. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, fellow Nigerians. Good evening, everyone. As this matter before us, the broom revolution, I think this slogan also, the slogan within the APC, I would say. I think it started from around 2014 when this present administration, the person of Buhari, when he came into power, it was more of like symbolic to them, as they took over from PDP, so it was more of like they swept PDP off. So if you watch closely, many of the elections that APC have won, well, I'm just saying all these things as the case is before us, because for me they didn't actually win any election. For me, I would say as the rank election, because that has always been a case. There has not been any election, because when we talk about election, is where people exercise their right to vote their a credible candidate. And when we talk about a credible candidate, somebody who we can have every reason to say, yes, this guy is qualified, he has all it takes to govern, he has done it here, he has proofs, he has testimonies. So there are so many things you can actually point to that will make you decide, okay, let me vote for him, or that will make the masses vote for him in mass number, and such candidate can win election, that we can actually say he won the election. But we all know very well that in Nigeria, uh, especially from the taking over of APC. In fact, the highest ranking of election is, in fact, I will award it to them. Honestly, I will award it to them, because in all of those states that you see where TINUBU, come up with it's a popular term that has been with him. BROOM revolution. We sweep out whatever. You saw what he did when he was in is it Akwa Ibom also, where Akpabio or something like that. I think it's Akpabio came out and you know they also rang it there. He won the election over there. He was also lifting up the broom and saying, "We are swept out the evil, the corrupt, even when they are corrupt." So it's ironical anyway, when you are actually preaching what you are. So one thing I want to say for sure for Nigeria, that we need to understand right now. Over the years, we have had so many of the elites. I mean, people who know very well how the system is run. And when I talk about people who knows very well how the system is run, I'm talking about both those home and abroad. I mean, those in the diaspora. We have all known these processes. We are all aware of how election is run. And for this reason, there are so many people who have never had interest of coming out to vote, because they've seen the process as you're going to vote. Because actually, for you to come out to vote, like I've previously said, is like you are coming up with an interest. Like, I have seen a candidate, this man is fit for the job, I'm coming out to give him my vote. You're giving him your vote, it means you support him, it means you approve him to come into that position. That is the reason why I said God, if at the mercy of God, is something we can't measure at all. Because do you know what? Everybody that have stood out to vote for this corrupt, this wicked, you know, system, or I don't know, whatever to describe them. What you have done is you have given them your approval to become whoever they are, either as a governor or a senator or whatever, president or local government chairman or whatever. You are giving them your approval. Imagine me who giving a criminal an approval to go and operate. So people who really understand all these things, they have not come out to vote, and there are many. In fact, when I was looking through the number of voters, I think last year, And I weigh it with the population of Nigeria. We're over 200 million. When I weigh it with the population, the people who have registered as and who have PVCs for votes, I don't think by calculation they are up to half of the population. I'm telling you the truth. They are not half of the population. And is it that these people, they don't want to vote? No. They all know the process and they have never seen hope. They have never seen hope in it at all. You know, we are all, before a whole year of a government, we see a lot of things that we are tired of. I can tell you very well that so many people who voted for APC when the Buhari came in, they voted because they felt, oh, this guy is a general. This guy is, somebody who they look at his record when he worked with a Jagbon. So with all these things, they felt, this guy is going to do better. Let's vote for him. Without considering his religion or considering his tribe or whatever. They just wanted a change. That was why so many voted for him ignorantly. And I will not be against them because I feel they exercise their rights. Are you getting what I'm saying? So many of them that voted, they wanted a change. But you can imagine the change that they wanted was even worse than where they were changing, what they are changing from, or the government they are changing from. So you can imagine. So like I'm saying, many people who knows all these corrupt processes, they have never come out to vote. So this time around that we are, when God has moved, and we have somebody before us whom sometimes I will ask myself, like, is it now we are knowing about Peter Obi? Peter Obi has been there for long. He was in Anambra State. We are seeing him. How many people have come out to say, oh, we are clamoring for Peter Obi, even though he's not coming out to declare his interest to vote, to contest for an election. But you see, this period we are, this wind of revolution that we are seeing is far above BROOM revolution. See, whenever you are hearing them talking about BROOM revolution, they don't mean the revolution we mean. They don't mean the revolution we mean. They are not, okay, sorry. Oh, I can no longer hear you. Hello.
Can you hear me now? Hello, Ovie, can you hear me? Oh, we lost Ovie. Hopefully, he's going to. Okay, he's just joined us back again.
Yeah.
Ovie, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Sorry,
I think it was an interruption.
Yeah.
Yes,
You said they don't mean the same way the BROOM revolution. What do they mean then? If you know, would it be kind to shed more light? Because, like I said earlier, the literal broom is what they have, or he was holding in his hand, and what they have as their emblem. It is not an imaginary broom or a spiritual broom or an hypothetical broom. It was a real broom. And we all know what a broom or what the broom represents. So if it's not what the broom represents, then what is their own broom represent? Could you please shed more light on it so that we know how because the broom revolution we are talking of now is them using the broom to first of all sweep themselves first or their house, the APC presidential aspirant first, in the sense that he has to use the broom by way of declaring his asset and liability. If that's not the case, would you please kindly shed more light on what they meant by the broom revolution, please? Thank you.
Okay. If you look closely to all the elections that we have had before now, the elections that we have had, it has always been either APC or PDP. In fact, when you look into the House of Senate, you see when you hardly see a different political party. For instance, I think the Labour Party just have one senator currently there. Hello, hello.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Then if you look at, but if you look at the majority of the House is APC. I think the last time I checked was around the 200, is it 200 and something or 120 something or so. They have a majority. See, the thing is that politics in Nigeria has always been between APC and PDP, and it's not as if two people who are credible that you will say they are dragging for power to, you know, to change the system or to make the system better. You can see the average Nigerian, or how will I put it now? I think and I don't want to use the word because it look somehow insultive. Okay, let me say some Nigerians, they don't understand what is before them. It's more of like you give birth to a child that does not know the tribe or the ethnic of his parents. You know, definitely he might not know, or he might not be able to tell the story. He might not be able to tell the story. Unlike a child who knows where his or her father came out from and all that, without inquiring from the parent, he will be able to tell you the story because he knows he grew up there and everything. Probably the parents must have even told him, look what have happened and all that. So, you know, the awareness is very important. I mean, like enlightenment. When people are when the consciousness of people are enlightened to understand what is before them, what the system is, why they should do what they need to do, it will be very clear for them to know, okay, I don't need to do this. Okay, I need to do this. So the majority, there are so many Nigerians who have always participated in elections, either clamoring for APC or PDP. There have always been people who have been blindfolded, who have they have been brainwashed to see the system as though that is how it is. See it like that. It's not more than that. This is how it is. Anything you are taking outside the box it does not exist. So the struggle that have always been there has always been between APC and PDP. So when you see the PDP with their umbrella telling you they are using it to shield rain, you know, to a normal human, this thing, you will see it like, it's a good idea. Oh, the rain is not going to fall on us. Okay, which simply means that poverty is not going to fall on us. Bad government is not going to fall on us. Corruption is not going to fall on us. So many things that are ills in the society. The umbrellas, symbolize, the good part of it. It symbolizes a protection, you know, and to somebody who reasons well, you will be expecting and hoping for good things. But when they go in with their umbrella, how many of these things do you see? They will just do one thing and the other just to have record of, oh, why APC was there, we did this, we did that. So you can see that when a PDP, APC, we all know how APC was formed. People who are so desperate for power, radicals, they came together and say, okay, we have to take this system and all that. So when they finally took in, they came in with their this thing now. One thing I see about them, they understand Nigerians. I mean, the average Nigerians, they understand they understand a narrative to drive home to them. They know how to set them. Like if you are in the digital world, what we call sales copy. When you design a product, you design it to attract the consumer. When the consumer sees the product, he sees what stimulates him or her to make a decision to say, okay, I want to buy or I'm not going to buy. Are you getting what I'm saying? So they know the system. So they came out with a pattern like, oh, we have the better idea. We have the good idea to move this nation forward. So they came out with a broom, and to us again, we will see, okay, broom, good idea to sweep out the what the umbrella could not cover, to sweep it out. So they came up with that idea, and we all jump and clamor, oh, broom, broom, APC, APC. At the end of the day, can't you see? Can't you see if they are doing their campaigns or their rally? You don't to a normal person, you are supposed to be hearing them pointing to what they have done, just like our man Peter Obi is pointing to the things he has done. But you hear them telling you, hey, those PDP people destroy people. What sense does that have to do? If you say people destroy people 10,000 times, does it change anything? It doesn't change anything. It's just you are trying to sell me your idea. So that has been the case. It has been a struggle for power, and power within themselves. Look at the 2015 presidential election or so, when Atiku was interviewed. He was saying that when he gets power, he's not going to enrich any member of his family, but he's going to enrich his friends. And he asked the question to the audience. He was laughing and say, "Are my friends not entitled to be enriched?" And he was even giving reasons why, if he enrich his friends, is there, you don't see any element of corruption there. So what are we saying? It has always been struggle for power to get what we want. For instance, if APC is the one in government and I happen to be a member, a typical member there, my company and everything can be running well smoothly, and I'm not corrupt. When your party is ruling, you are an angel. But when an opposition comes in, you become a thief. So that has been the case. That's been the case. So it has been a struggle for power. So forget about when you hear them. We are the one really carrying out the broom revolution, because if you see it now, if you watch recently when the current Edo State governor, he was shivering. Look at what he was saying, that if they don't make their party attractive now, these young people, they don't want them anymore. You see them all over everywhere. If you ask them, what party are you? Say, I'm obedient. Yes, of course. See, what is playing out now is far, far, far beyond the APC or APC broom revolution or umbrella that could not hold rain. So it's far, far beyond it. And I must tell you, that God is behind all these things, because I see that the death of innocent lives, souls, whether in the north or in the south, in the west or in the east of this country, in fact, it's more than enough for, if you are able to be God Himself, you will do likewise. So that has been the case. So seeing people moving all over everywhere, in fact, the wind is so strong. In fact, I think, was it not today or so? If you see the population of people around the ring road lining up for their PVCs, they want to get it. Somebody even said that he would rather wait for 8 hours for him to get his PVC than to wait for 8 years suffering in pain. So what we are seeing before us is far, 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 far beyond the APC broom revolution or the PDP umbrella. So I will hold on here. Sorry. Okay, I'm
thank you
hearing
very
you.
much. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, that was very interesting, particularly when you were talking about the umbrella issue and everything. So now it's a case that the agitation for the broom revolution, they are not applying it on themselves. Now, seeing that they are not applying it on themselves, what would you say to the people who are still behind them, the ordinary Nigerians who actually, like you said, uh, they have hope? I mean, this has bring hope. In the times of Buhari, they thought they were going to get hope, but that hope was kind of, well, I don't know if I use the word shattered, but now they have hope. So what would you say, because staying within the topic, is for the person, the APC candidate, who is, I mean, championing this broom revolution. If he's not using it on himself, or the party is not applying it in terms of transparency and accountability, what advice will you give to the people still behind them, wanting to vote for them, the ordinary Nigerians? What advice will you give to them, please?
The advice I will give to them is that they should look closely. For instance, if somebody is coming to give you broom to sweep your house, and you happen to see that his house is very dirty, you should be able to ask yourself why, what is behind the broom that is given to you to sweep your own house. So I want to encourage Nigerians. The things that have happened over the years, they are so glaring. They are so glaring. How can a sitting president, who was a retired general, you know, tell me that? Because one thing I know about soldiers, I've worked closely with many soldiers, and one thing I know about them, we think that, you know, for what we have seen from some radicals, we think that they are the kind of people you should not associate with. I'm telling you, there are many soldiers that are so brave and they are so intelligent. In fact, they are peaceful people. Let me tell you, peaceful people, they don't do things anyhow. They are very coordinated, very organized. When you see among them, that their brain are upside down, you don't use it to generalize everybody. For instance, the narrative that have been sold to us, within tribe, when we see an Igbo man, we have been told that Igbo man loves money so much. So whenever you see any Igbo man, you say, oh, Igbo man, he like money and all that. When you see an Orobo man, you say, oh, Orobo Wayo. When you see all those are false narrative. It does not mean that when you have you see a thief or from a particular tribe, does not mean that everybody in the tribe they are criminals. It's same way to every tribe. It does not mean it. What I will say to every Nigerian is, these things are so glaring before us. We have seen, we have suffered. Our children, we have seen people who have died of hunger. We have seen people who have been displaced. We have seen people who have been killed. In fact, I so much tears for one Nigerian. I can't remember his name. He came home with his children, to just visit Nigeria. But it was a horrible experience that he had before he left Nigeria. And the children vowed that they were never going to come back to Nigeria. You can imagine, this is a country that they belongs to. This is a country that they are supposed to come. Look at UK and other countries today that many of our youth, they are all running to. Why do you think they are running down there? If you are sitting in a place that if your health is at stake, in fact, the hunger alone is enough to drive you away from this country. Let me tell you, it's just that majority of there are so many people out there that don't have what it takes to leave this country. I tell you, this country would have been left with very scanty people. I'm telling you honestly. It's just that it's regulations and laws and what it takes for you to get out of the country. That has been what has hindered so many people. I'm telling you, imagine just to process your international passport alone. It takes months before you get your international passport. So the system is totally down. And it's not as if God made it to be so. No, God didn't make it to be so. God made us and gave, in fact, He gave us what it takes to live and feed the entire black race. We have all it takes. We have all it takes to, to help other African countries that don't have what we have. Look at Ghana. What do they have more than Nigeria? Look at Kenya. What do they have more than Nigeria? Look at Uganda. What do they have more than Nigeria? But you see them, they are living where at some point we were supplying Ghana lights. We're giving them power. But look today, Ghana is, independent of us. And you go to Ghana, you enjoy light. But look at Nigeria. Somebody was able to collapse the electrical the power system, and came up with his own industry of importing generators because they are making profit. These people don't care about you. I feel like crying as I'm saying this. These people don't care about you. They don't have you in mind. It has always been money, 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 money. Like a scripture that the Bible says, who God is their belly. They don't care about you. They're after what they want. For somebody to be able to spend $50,000 for a delegate, $50,000, $50,000, that tells you that this person is not looking at the election the way you are looking at it. He's looking at it as an investment. So they know that the highest bidder, as the system has always been, I'm not talking about now, because now you can see before your eyes a revolution. They know that the highest bidder gets what it takes to become the president. And if somebody has spent millions of dollars to get into power, what do you expect from the person? That's why the other day I was saying that the system is corrupt, and there's no way we can rely on either APC or PDP. Sorry, this is my opinion. We cannot rely on APC or PDP to give us the good government that we are clamoring for. If they can, if PDP was there for 16 years, 16 years, somebody is coming with a candle because you are in a total darkness, and the person is telling you, can you see, I've brought light, but you can look the whole place. You also have a segment of that place with light, and what usually happens, we will clap and say, yes, yes, he has brought light. That was what we had from the PDP. And the APC came and told you, oh, we can overpower everywhere. We have generated solar. We don't need fuel anymore. We don't need diesel. So they come up with that idea, and we say, oh yes, we dive with that idea. The reason why Nigerians have been diving here and there is because they have been feeling pain. You that is listening to me now, you are feeling pain. You are feeling pain, irrespective of your religion or your tribe. You are feeling pain. Don't let anybody comes now to meet you and tell you, oh, it's my turn. This is the turn of the Yoruba, or this is the turn of the Hausas and all that. No, this is not turn for tribe. This is turn for change. Change to the north, to the south, to the west, to the east. Everybody must be able to sit down. Gather your family, sit them down. This is a serious matter. Sit them down and talk to yourselves. Talk to yourself. The things that arise among the family that make us to sit down to hold family meetings is not even up to what is before us. Because if the system is totally done, your family will not be there. Your children will not be there. Because a child that does not have hope of education, what do you expect? Many of those that are falling into these corrupt Yahoo and so many dubious ways of earnings. Let me tell you, it's not as if I'm supporting them, but I'm telling you, it's out of frustration. It's not what they dreamt of becoming. If the system is working, I tell you, many of them will not become like that. I'm telling you honestly. Honestly. So this is the reason why I'm saying that this is a serious matter. It is a serious matter. We cannot afford to welcome evil to the place of government. Whenever we are standing to vote for evil, we are saying that we want evil to sit over us. But I am telling you that we many Nigerians are tired. And you that is listening to me right now, I know you are as well tired, but I must tell you, you have been deceived, and you have been sold the narrative that when PDP was there, they did better than APC. Yes, I know that fact. Yes, but I must tell you, the APC and the PDP have not given us the kind of government we should have. That is the reason why the system has been done. So don't let anybody tell you that PDP coming into power again, it will change. It will stop the Fulani herdsmen killing. It will stop the terrorism. It will stop the bloodshed everywhere. It will not stop it. It will increase it. I'm telling you. This is the reason why I'm saying that We must know that the change, if our God has moved on our behalf, and we must stand to do, because when God wants to work, He needs people. He needs people. He needs you. You have to stand out to do what God wants you to do. And what God wants you to do at this hour is to vote in the credible man which we have before us, the person of Peter Obi. You look at him, he does not have tribal interest. Just take a look at him. He does not have it. Look at when he is talking, he's always pointing to facts. He's always stating what he has done. Even when they are trying to deny what he didn't do, this, didn't do that, they are not able to come out to debate it. They are not able to come out with evidence. See, I'm appealing to every Nigerians, whether home and abroad. This is a serious matter. Look at Ukraine war and Russia war. You saw how people, I think was it a guy from UK? He flew all the way down to Ukraine. He went to support. He went to support. Look at the men in Ukraine. You see them sending their families away, but they remain there to fight the war. So what I'm saying now is that we have a war before us. This is not wars of guns. We have a war before us, and everybody must share their attention to it. And that is why I'm giving kudos to many of the comedians and so many of those celebrity, the way and energy they are, giving their time, their shining and everything to it. Like our man, the person before us, Mr. Andrew, you see, dedicating this whole channel entirely for the person of Peter Obi. It simply tells you that everybody are putting their energy. So you that is listening to me, you need to put in your energy to this as well. Put in your energy. Don't see it as, hey, even though we do this, even though we do that, they will ring it. They cannot ring any election. The reason that they have been able to ring the election is because they have always had the power. We have always given them the power to ring it. That's why they have been able to ring it. And how they are able to succeed in that is because they sold a false narrative to us. They said that they have structure, and they did not define to us what the structure means. So, in all honesty, I must appeal to every Nigerian. I know there are people who have parents that might not be able to understand English or whatever. You have to meet them, engage them. It's not a thing of quarrel. It's not a thing of quarrel. If I want to have a female girl to become my girlfriend, you don't go and be shouting. You go and talk calmly, because you want to win her heart. This time around, we must be able to win the hearts of all Nigerians. We must be able to do everything we can by prayers, work, money, everything. We must be able to put it to work. God bless Nigerians.
Thank you very much. And I really, first, let me also commend you or thank you for coming on this channel every time, and for your views. They are important. I mean, the passion for which you spoke now, it's like I kind of feel it's like tears or heavy heart, and I think I believe Nigerians are equally also feeling the pinch, and we've seen that the BROOM revolution they are clamoring for, they are not living up to the expectation. And like what Mr. Ovi have said, that it is not about tribe, it is not about religion, it is not about north, south, east, or west, where you come from. It's about we being one Nigeria. I mean, if you go to the Western world, they have different political parties. But yet, at the end of the day, their motto or their, how do you call this? Their motto is for the people, to see the good of what? Of the people. So it's regardless of the party, we have to look for the good one. And at this very present time, the BROOM party and the umbrella party, what they actually represent, what the broom and the umbrella represent, they are not living up to the expectation. So why remain there? Why, like what Mr. Ovia was saying, why stay there? Open your eyes. These are just individuals, cannot be that stronger than the general population of Nigeria. And like you said, that over 200 million people in Nigeria at the moment. So why would these few people? Because, like you also said, they know how to speak to our mind. And because of situation over the years has really bastardized our mind, for which we are not even seeing clearly again. And anything comes, we just take it. But we are here to educate ourselves and educate the uneducated so that they can become educated, because May is just around the corner. It's not far away. And we'll keep doing this. And I strongly believe that with time, more people will come. We will reach out to people. People will watch this video. They may not be able to come live now. Later on, they will watch it and they'll come and hear that voice way into this matter. And like I said again, I really appreciate your time. I know it's not easy. Making a video call from Nigeria, and I am impressed. Like I said, a lot of Nigerians will have loved to be here, but because of what the light situation and the data situation, they just cannot. And but we'll keep praying for them with the hope that they will be able to. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. So, and that's what we're seeing in the system today. It's not because the man is Yoruba or the man is Igbo. For example, like you mentioned, Alpha Pabio, I was shocked during the APC primaries. The APC delegate when they were to choose the Akpabio stepped down. I was really shocked. Among everyone, I was shocked that Akpabio stepped down. That should tell you the high level of corruption. What only God knows what must have been given to him for him to step down. I can understand the rest people, but for Akpabio, it was a shock to me. But that being said, on Sunday, we're back here again. A very powerful discussion. Nigeria, the field of blood. It's going to be interesting because most people don't know the angle for which I'm coming from. The title appears negative or discouraging, but it is not. After I give my explanation or my opening speech, then you will be able, and any other person that comes on the platform will be able to weigh into it to actually know that indeed we've turned the country into what? The field of blood. And we will see how we have turned into the field of blood. We also profile solution. Remember, I'm not one person that will identify problem and I'm not going to profile solution. No, there is solution. But first we need to look at this problem, this subject, the field of blood. And you understand where I'm coming from. Again, like for my audience or our audience there, remember, the broom revolution is not working for those who are agitating for it. They are not living according to to the literal broom. Also, the umbrella, which is supposed to protect us under rain, sunshine, is not working. It has not worked. Like I said, let me ask you this. I'm yet to verify it. It is claimed that the presidential candidate of the umbrella lives in Dubai. Is that true, Mr. Ovi? Is there any evidence? Do you know? Are you aware of this, please?
Though I know it could be true because there is nothing that cannot be true about them. Because we know the kind of life they live. But that I am able to say is true with evidence for now, no. Probably something we have to verify, but I know definitely it will be true.
a lot to rest with us Nigerians, to be honest. I'm going to say this, but I don't mean it in an offensive manner. The problem of Nigeria, yes, we have problem of leadership, but I also think the problem of Nigeria is we the people. Really, yes, we the people. If we truly want a change, given to the fact of what we have suffered over the years, and we truly want a change, at least, even if it is 50% change we get, particularly in the area of electricity. We have heard, I was in Niger Watch earlier, and they showed a video of a claim that Peter Obi made. And someone in the UK went to verify that claim. It's about him buying a shoe which costs £59. Now, that is not a lot of money for a man his caliber to spend on shoe. We know how much, what is the cost of the shoe that Dino Melaye use on a daily basis. He has flaunted his cars and everything on social media. But Peter Obi said he bought his, I think he bought the shoe either for £49 or £59. Somebody had to go to Marks and Spencer to verify if what this man is saying is true, a man of his caliber. And they actually made a recording. They went to Marks and Spencer, checked it, and found out that it is true. That he bought a shoe for £59. I mean, how many Nigerian politicians wear a shoe that cost £59? I mentioned Dino Melaye because he has flaunted his wealth, his cars on social media. That was once a senator. So, if as Nigerians we cannot see this thing that's happening right now, particularly those sitting on the fence and those in the opposition, that we are all one Nigerian. Why follow? They said the blind cannot lead the blind. Both what? We fall into the pit. Go home and think that if this broom revolution, the person cannot use this broom on himself, how is he able to use the broom on others? He can't fight corruption. If the umbrella that is there, you cannot use it to cover yourself, how will you be able to use that umbrella to cover me? So, again, I want to thank you for coming on this show again. It's your participation. It's highly appreciated, and it will not be nice for me not to highlight these on this show. And for the person in the back room who always draw my attention to, I also want to thank you very much for doing this show for the people of Nigeria, so that we can have a better nation. Like you mentioned Ukraine and how they are dedicated. I remember when there was a financial crisis in Europe. I was in Ireland then. Most of them went back home, and I keep asking myself, when will we Nigerians come to that point to say we are going back home? Because why? We have nothing to look forward to when we go back home. We have nothing, no light, no nothing. So we get stuck here. We can't go. I mean, I traveled to Poland. I've been to Poland twice, and it's most of us don't understand that in Europe there are some countries that are poor. Nevertheless, even as poor as they are, or their economy is not good, let me put it that way, there is still electricity. Electricity still function there. And I keep saying this, and I will say this. Any country that does not have a functional electricity can never prosper. It's not possible. There's no magic, no miracle to it. Without electricity, that nation can never progress. In rounding up, I will yield the floor back to you to give your last comment, and we'll call it a day till we meet again on Sunday, 6 p.m. I yield the floor to you, please.
Yeah, thank you. So, like I keep saying, and I will continue to say even in my dream, is that we must put our hands together to get this that is before us. Uh, this narrative that is being sold to us as regard to tribe, we should not buy it this time around. We should not buy it at all, at all. We shouldn't buy it. If you look at the person of Peter Obi, look at him very well. He's not that person that is tribal. He's not a tribal person at all. He's not a tribal person. So this principle of divide and rule is what they have been using for us. They divide us by religion, they divide us by tribe, and at the end of the day, one question that we need to ask ourselves, Nigerians, is that if somebody is telling you that this is what I'm going to do, I will be able to change this. Because you know, when a sitting government or a sitting political party in power, you know, when they're in governance, those that are of the opposition, you always hear them say, they will be saying all sort of things. Look at this, they look at this road is bad. This is something we could have fixed and all that. So they always be pointing out to the wrong things. Let me tell you, they start their campaign even before the campaign begins. Before we even be talking of elections, they already start their campaign. You don't really understand them. If you understand this business model that they are running, you will know their body language when they are speaking. You will know their body language. I'm telling you, they start their election far, far, far. I mean, their campaign far, far, far before you even we the masses, before we are being told, hey, whatever, another, come and collect your PPC. They start all those things long, long before that time. So when you hear them coming out in television telling you what APC is not doing well or what this is not doing well, is all to give you a direction. Is all to make your mindset, is all to give you a direction. Is hello,
Yeah,
yes,
hello.
can
I
you hear
think
me?
your network is kind of fluctuating. Yeah, your network is kind of fluctuating.
Yes, that is the system we are in.
But
So they so they
I
give you
understand. Go
they
ahead.
so they give you the clue of, oh, come look, oh, election will soon come. Oh. When it comes, remember this thing I'm telling you. Hmm? Vote for us because these people are not good. So everything, you know, just like I said previously, when you have two people who are dragging for power, you know, you cannot get facts from each other, from among them at all. If you want to know truth, if you want to know truth, like when two people, you know, are in a crisis, or they are fighting, if you want to know the truth about the matter, you don't go and meet them to ask them what happened. They will not tell you truth because each one will be telling you the story that suit him, how you should see that the fall came out from him. You see, you always go to meet people who are eyewitness, who are neutral. They are the one that will tell you, oh, look at how the whole thing happened. So that is the case between APC and PDP. So don't hit your head for them at all. You must understand that this time we are is a time that we jar our energy. We shut our door to every wrong narrative that are being sold through either the media or whatever medium they are using to spread it, either through your local government chairman or your chiefs. Don't listen to them. This is the time that you have. In fact, when it comes to a point where they will say you are disrespecting them, you have to do it now and save the future generation. Save the future generation. Save, your children, because our age now, the time is coming, we are going to be off the story, and you have people who have given birth to, moving on with it. If we cannot fight for what we need to fight for now, I tell you, we might not have a better legacy to leave for our children. So my encouragement to everyone is to put in energy, all energy from beginning to end. Energy, 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 not just to be shouting Peter Obi, Peter Obi now. No, yes, we are shouting Peter Obi, but we are also God. We must understand that what needs to be done now, and it's not tomorrow. That is why I keep on saying that the election is tomorrow. It's not next year, it's tomorrow. So the reason I'm saying it is so that we know that we have to, work faster than, we should be thinking of working to 2023, because these people, they have strategized all their plans far, far beyond now. So don't, whatever you are seeing them doing is not something that they are just planning. They have planned it long, long ago. I must be sincere with you. So we have to put in our effort and do everything we can to get what we want. And I can assure you that with God on our side, and He has proven to us that He's on our side, we definitely win. Victory is ours. So we must go in boldness, in courage. We must look at and be careful of their strategy, because they are going to come out with a strategy. Because I remember the answers, why the clamoring for answers with all energy to different things. We know very well that they know what we are in for. They know definitely we are going to arrive at a point of progress. So they devise a means to scatter us. They devised a means to stop us. They came through some of these celebrity. They came in through different mediums, and they were able to hijack the whole system. And I must be sincere with you, I know we all have learned. In fact, when I remember the death of those at Lekki Gate, I feel pain. Let me tell you, everyone now, all Nigerians that are listening to me now, I must tell you that if you feel that pain, if you see those who died in Lekki Gate as your own brothers and sisters, we must stand to fight, because those that died in Lekki Gate, they came out to fight for us. They came out to fight for all Nigerians. If what they came out to fight for, they eventually get it, they are not the only one that will enjoy it. It's the entire Nigerians, both home and abroad. We can see a system where those in abroad cannot come back to Nigeria, because where are you coming to? Are you going to leave a better place to come to a worse place? No, of course. No. So their blood is what we must stand to fight. The death of those in the north, the death of those in the south, in the west, in the east, we must stand to fight and make sure we get what they were, what they desired to get, that they were killed in the process. So we must do this with all our heart. We must see it beyond Peter Obi. We must see that this is our election. Peter Obi is just embodying all our desires. That is the reason why we are clamoring over him. It's not because he pays us. Like me, of a person, I don't know him, doesn't know me. I don't need him to know me first. We are all in for the progress. We are all in for a better future. That is the reason why you can see that all energy is put into all these things. God bless you all.
Again, thank you very much, Mr. Ovie. It's nice having you here. I can sit down and listen to you all day, all night without getting tired or bored. And thank you once again. And as we bring this broadcast to an end, with the hope that I'll see you on Sunday, and with the hope that other people. I'm doing advertisement as much as I can to have people come on board. Paid advertisement on YouTube and to have people come on this show to discuss and weigh in into this matter. I will not give up. Don't let us give up. And like I said, I repeat again, you'll always be part of this show, and God willing. Even though the election will come and go, I believe I will still run this broadcast to discuss other issues that are affecting us. When he becomes president, we'll also look at achievement. We'll talk about achievement and every other thing. It's not just for the purpose of this election. I mean, this channel has been on, I think, since 2017, though it has not been active for a while. And thank God that it's now back active. So again, thank you, and hope to see you on Sunday. And God bless you.